Book hauls are my favorite kinds of videos to film, and this is a massive one. Starting off with Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, 1 copy, 2 copies, Onyx Storm. Helen Shore's newest release, Iron and Embers. Recently read this, gave this 4.5 stars. Quicksilver by Callie Hart. This is a 5-star book for me. By the way, all 3 of the books in the Imperium series were 5-star books. The Eye of the World, 4.5 stars. The Great Hunt, book 2, 4 stars. The Dragon Reborn, first 5-star in the series. This series is a 5-star series for me. I'm still reading it. I have to read book 9 and then continue on, but I have the first 3 physically. Book 2, The Throne of Broken Gods. I will not dare say that this is going to be on a TBR, but I wouldn't be surprised if I read this in the month of March. And book 3 in the series, The Dawn of the Cursed Queen. I'm gonna read this too. Obviously, I'm gonna read these 2 because the 4th book is coming out this year. My absolute 2 favorite books of last year, Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff and Empire of the Damned by J. Kristoff. Both of these were 5-star reads, and I'm so happy to finally have them on the shelf. Legendborn by Tracy Dion. This was a 5-star read for me. It's just the first book. I'm gonna have the 2nd and 3rd books ordered, and they should be coming at some point. But Legendborn, the Legendborn series is a 5-star series for me. And as of filming this, in the next few days, the 3rd book, Oathbound, is coming out, and I will be reading that on release day. Another series that I'm still in the middle of, the Red Rising saga. So I've read Red Rising, I've read book 2, Golden Sun, finally have a copy of that. I'm in the middle of Morning Star. This is on the March TBR, so I will read this for sure in the month of March. Iron Gold. So after the original trilogy starts and then we get into the first bit of the 2nd trilogy, have no idea what's happening in here, so I'm so excited to get to that. And then book 5, Dark Age. Again, no idea. Happy to get into this as well. And then the latest release from 2003, I think it was, Lightbringer. I have no idea if book 7 is gonna be released this year. If it is, then I'll totally be reading that. But this is a series that I will complete this year. And I will complete Wheel of Time this year as well. And if I don't, then there'll be egg on my face at the end of the year. Now, this is a series that I've already read. I just didn't own the copies of this. So we have Assassin's Blade. And if you already know what this series is, then you know this is Throne of Glass. And this is the prequel novellas that you have to read in order to understand the story. At least I think so. You have to read them. Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and this is where the series really starts to change right here. Heir of Fire, which is my 2nd favorite book in the series. Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn. So these 2, I don't think these 2 are anybody's favorite in the series, but if you tend to read them, they're a great read together. And Kingdom of Ash, which was actually my favorite in the series, and it's the last book. Sticking to Sarah J. Maasland, we have A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is my least favorite book in this whole series, but the series in general, the ACOTAR series, was a 5-star series for me. Throne of Glass was also a 5-star series for me, but what you won't see on my bookshelf anytime soon is the Crescent City books, because those were the worst books that Sarah J. Maas wrote, in my opinion, especially that last book. Well, the first one was also bad, all of them. Anyway, this is my favorite book that Sarah J. Maas has ever written. A Court of Mist and Fury. This book was such an experience. I love this book so much. This is my favorite book in the ACOTAR series. And then my second favorite book in the ACOTAR series, A Court of Wings and Ruin. I like this novella, A Court of Frost and Starlight. It was nice to wrap up the story of Feyre and Rhysand. This is my second least favorite book in the series because Sarah J. Maas did such a great job of making us hate Nesta, and then she put Nesta as the main character in this, and I was like, I don't like Nesta. I don't care about Nesta. So in the first book haul, I picked up The Shadow of the Gods, and I thought, let's just go ahead and pick up The Hunger of the Gods, also by John Gwynne. So The Shadow of the Gods is also on the March TBR. So we only have 3 books officially on the March TBR. The Shadow of the Gods, which is the first book in this series. Morning Star and Oathbound by Tracy Deonn. So we have those books in the March TBR. It's really gonna suck if I don't like the first book. I soft DNF'd it in February, but I DNF'd it in a part where I really did like the book. I was just focused on something else. So I hope I like book 1 and then I get into book 2, and that might happen in March, who knows? So the December book haul, I picked up the first book in the Mistborn trilogy, and I read the first 3 chapters and I liked it a lot. So I picked up the rest of the books in the series. The Well of Ascension, The Hero of Ages. I hear that this is a romantasy, and I don't know anything about it, but I hear that it's a romantasy, and I love romantasy, so I'm quite happy about that. The Alloy of Law, Shadow of Cell, The Bands of Mourning, and The Lost Metal. I'm so looking forward to reading all of these books that I haven't read already and putting them on the shelf and ranking them. It causes me literal physical pain to have a book physically and not like it. So I'm really hoping that I like every single one of these, especially the ones that I haven't read yet. But for the most part, as you can see, I purchase books and put books on the shelf that I have already read, whether it's on Kindle or somewhere digitally or listening to it via audiobook. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.